when I was younger, one of the skills I really struggled with was math, and there was this early, now it would be incredibly hilarious to look at the graphics and the interface, but there was this old game called like Math Blaster on the PC that my parents loaded up and were like, well, she likes playing games and she hates math, so we'll put math into a game and see if we can get her to learn something about this. So I think that it's a really good way to teach children something that can be quite difficult to grasp.
Yeah, I think one thing in particular is that to get a child into a good learning frame of mind, you want to make them relaxed, positive, and focused. Now, with a story with a lot of humour in it, it relaxes them because humour breaks the ice, doesn't it? So it gets them into a relaxed frame of mind. It gets them focused because they're engaged with the story. So they're really in a relaxed, focused, and in a positive frame of mind. And I think that's the best way to actually then get their brain wide open for learning something. The really interesting thing about the interactive gaming and that exists already is that when you look at kids getting into a computer game, they actually end up acquiring real great levels of dexterity and skill and information processing as they work their way through these games. That makes me think, well, surely we can do something with music that will develop those skills also. So I think the parallels are really there, So, for example, you sit at a computer screen playing a computer game. You've got to do something very dexterous with your hands and your fingers, and you've got to look at the screen and process all this information that's moving very quickly. I mean, that's exactly the same as sitting at a piano and doing something very dexterous with your fingers and processing the information of the music that's moving as you move your way through it. So there's really strong parallels there, and I think that we can actually use the gaming experience to get kids working their way through musical tasks in an interactive way, really develop in particular their rhythmic skills. So, for example, just with an app, you can tap into the screen of the app, and so you can actually develop rhythmic skills for them to learn. And then when they're actually in the real world and playing their instruments, if you've taught them that rhythm already and the association of how it's written on the page of music, then it means they've learned that from when they're playing their instruments. So I think there's transferable skills that they can learn from a musical gaming experience they can actually use in the real world of actually playing music in an orchestra, say.